Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue and I am back for another This Is Us review, you guys. So this is the part 3 to the hell of a week. We finally get to see it from Kate's point of view, and we also get to dive a little deeper into her abusive relationship with her boyfriend Mark, who worked at the record store with her, right? They've been setting that up for the past few weeks. So let's go ahead and get into it. So I'm going to do the episode the way I've been doing these episodes, which is just in order of the way things happen for the most part, just because it's easier to do that when they're focusing on, you know, kind of one character in the episode instead of going through different characters. So yeah, all right. Baby Kate wants a bedtime story. Y'all know that all of this is about the night when Jack was trying to get the babies to go to sleep in their own separate beds for the first time, right? And first we had Randall. He couldn't go to sleep. So he stayed up all night with Randall. Finally get Randall to sleep. Then he stays up with Kevin all night. Finally gets Kevin to help Randall go back to sleep. And now here comes Kate. Okay, and Kate wants a bedtime story. So throughout the episode, Jack is basically telling her to make up her own bedtime story, and he kind of just tells it back to her or adds things to it. But either way, it's adorable. The little girl who they have playing Kate is just adorable. Her cheeks, it was everything. But let's press. So this is the night that Toby and Kate have noticed that baby Jack can see lights. And now Toby is online researching, and he found a young girl who had some type of light therapy, and she gained 30% of her sight back, and he's all excited and thinking that possibly he could one day watch a movie with his son and not be so sad about, you know, baby Jack being blind. Kate tries to tell him that that won't work with baby Jack because, you know, it's just a slightly different case than the young girl. But right now, he just wants to be optimistic. He wants to feel the way he's feeling right now, and he's not ready to let that go. So he's asking for Kate to just let him have the moment, and she does. But then she has to bring up him saying that he was sad about the baby being blind. And this is when I get aggravated with Kate, y'all, because it's like, why does that upset you that he's sad about that? That's not what he wanted. That's the one thing we pray for when we have kids, is for them to come out with everything working. You know, brain, eyes, you know, they can talk, you know, they can hear. Like, yes, we deal with it when they don't, and we don't, you know, love them any less. But you want your kid to have all of the advantages that everybody else has, especially sight. Okay, because you miss out on things. And yes, your other senses might be slightly heightened in all of this, but ultimately you won't ever see how beautiful a sunset is and all of that type of stuff when you're blind in that way. Now, he can see light and shadow and everything, and that's great, but it's still not exactly the same. As somebody that wears glasses and now has a hard time reading even when I am wearing glasses, it is annoying as hell. It is bothersome to me to not be able to see as clearly as I would like to see all the time anymore. So I definitely understand where Toby is coming from, and the fact that Kate takes it as a personal attack that he said that, it just aggravated me. He's the parent too. He's allowed to have his feelings just like you're allowed to have yours. And she always internalizes whatever Toby feels that isn't cohesive with how she feels. So we see teenage Kate and her abusive boyfriend, Mark, okay? He tells her that he's in love with her down to the record store. And I was just like, oh, this is so cute. Aren't y'all cute in the dusty record store in the 90s, talking about music, vibing, and trying to keep your teenage and kind of sort of adult Mark hormones under control. She asked for him to come to Rebecca's dinner party for her birthday. We know that that's what was supposed to happen. Everybody was supposed to meet up at Rebecca's for dinner for her birthday. He doesn't know if he really wants to go because he knows that neither Kevin, especially Kevin, but neither Kevin or Randall are particularly fond of Mark. And it's because he's an asshole. He's an asshole. He's a jerk, and they can smell it on him. Then Kate is eating a piece of chocolate, and he's like, oh, you sure you want to eat that? You know, because I know you're so serious about your diet. You sure you want to eat that? And even though, like, you understand when people are telling you they want to lose weight, you kind of be like, hey, you sure you want to do that? But at the same time, it's kind of like an asshole thing. Like, if she wants to eat the chocolate, let her eat the damn chocolate. Then a customer comes up and asks about a song on Pulp Fiction. And they're like, there are so many songs on Pulp Fiction. Help us out. And the guy says, oh, the scene where Uma Thurman woman is dancing. And Mark starts to let off all this info on the song. And then Kate says, well, actually, it was a Neil Diamond cover. And da-da-da-da-da. Well, this pisses Mark off because, like most abusive young men, they really, really are misogynistic. And they don't like when women are smarter than them. They take it as a personal attack, as if, oh, you just made me look stupid because you had to show off how you knew about that song. It's like, well, isn't that what you were just doing 2 seconds ago? It's just you were showing off with the wrong information. Like, oh my God. Oh, Lord. You know, you can tell that this is because Jack has just passed away, that she's going through this and wants to be with this guy. It's also like a reflection of her self-esteem, because it's like, girl, you had a whole daddy out here that loved you. Why do you want to be with this man or this boy who is so obviously abusive? But I get it. She's young. We all do this. Tumultuous relationships are like a drug. Trust me, I get it. But still, ugh, y'all dirty looking. So Kate and Toby are getting ready for the retreat, right? They're putting their bags by the door, getting the baby ready. They're about to leave, okay? And Toby is talking about how busy he is at work and how, is he, are she sure they should go right now? This isn't a great time and all of that. And I'm like, how you gonna wait until we get into the door about to leave to ask me if we should really go because you so busy? Like, are you serious right now? So instead of Kate saying, boy, if you don't get them bags in that damn car and come on so we can go and do this with our baby, like, the fact that she didn't put her foot down really made me mad, because she always goes about things in this passive aggressive way when she should be direct and stern sometimes with Toby, because he takes advantage of the fact that she'll just let it go. So she gets on the phone with her mom and then offers, the ticket to the retreat to her mom. Like, Mom, why don't you come to the retreat? Because Toby is so busy right now. And I was just like, that was not the move to make at all, because it let him off the hook and he didn't need to be. But Rebecca is super duper excited, okay? So she comes over and they're getting everything in the car. And then Lassie comes over, because y'all know I refuse to call him anything other than Lassie. Okay, that's just what it is, the neighbor. All right, Lassie comes over and he brings a beeper ball for Toby, because it's a ball that he can hear where it is when he's playing with it. So if it rolls away, he can, go to the ball by hearing it. All right, very super duper thoughtful and cute, and yeah. Okay, and Rebecca's like, oh, okay, hi. I don't know why, but there was a moment there. So it's like, is something going to happen with Kate and Lassie? I don't feel that at all. They spend a lot of time together, but it's almost like a good Judy. It doesn't feel like somebody that, can take your wife from you. But this is Lassie, okay? And Lassie does have great hair. So there's that. So Kate, teenage Kate, is blowing up abusive boyfriend Mark's phone. He's not answering any of her phone calls. You know why? Because he's so upset that she knew about that Neil Diamond song being like, I just cannot. I cannot. He was so mad at her for that he didn't want to answer the phone. And when he finally calls her, he's been drinking, and he says that she was showing off, so he got pissed. And she's like, okay, so like, what are you saying? Are you not coming? And he was like, no, I'm sorry, because you're the best thing in my life. And it's like, yeah, she is, because you're a piece of shit. Okay, she really is the best thing in your life. That is usually the situation when women are a tad bit overweight or just have self-esteem issues, period, can be in relationships with men who recognize that about them. These men have their own self-esteem issues. They've been abused by their own parents. So they get in these relationships with women because they can see the weakness, right? And they exploit that, all right? They tell you what they've been through to make you feel sorry for them. So you're constantly feeling bad for them, even though they're abusing you and hurting you. Where is, your compassion? But that's not what's important. It's all about them and how they feel. She should have dropped him as soon as he decided to get mad because she knew more than him. No woman needs to be with a man like that. I don't care if it's 93 or not, okay? Like, I just was like, oh no. I don't like none of this. I don't like none of this. Rebecca comes in because she saw that Kate was having this conversation with him, because Kate walked into the kitchen. This was when Randall was telling Rebecca about the dream, and Kevin and his, little girlfriend come into the house. His wife, that was his wife at the time, they come into the house and she was on the phone with him. So she went back into her bedroom to finish that conversation, and Rebecca follows in behind her once she gets off the phone and says, I really don't know much about Mark. Why don't we go to lunch lunch or have coffee before he comes over for dinner, just so I can get to know him. And Kate isn't really receptive. You know how these young people can be. Oh, I don't care about your approval. You don't have to approve. He's a great guy. He loves me. I love him. All of that bullshit, right? But ultimately, Rebecca gets her way, and they're supposed to go and have coffee so that she can get to know Mark a little bit more, because she's starting to get worried, is what it is. When they go for coffee, he gets there late. All right. And he's complaining about his crappy car before he even apologizes or really acknowledges Rebecca, which was so disrespectful. Like, you're still younger than her and you owe her more respect than he exhibited to her. And of course, Kate is sitting there so nervous because he's not really saying anything. He's complaining about the car. Then he tells them that he quits the record store, which was a surprise to Kate. She had no idea he did it that morning because he was so upset because the manager kept getting on him about taking too many smoke breaks. I said, so you're basically telling her that you're a slacker. Okay, my daughter is with a slacker that's indignant about it. Great. Yeah, no, this is not great. This is not good. This is not good at all. This is not what moms want to see their daughters, fall in love with. It's a trap. It's a trap. It's a trap. Then he says that he wants to write songs. That's what he wants to do. So instead of getting a regular job, he's going to focus on the music. He knows that Kate has a really beautiful voice, and he's telling Rebecca this as if she doesn't know that her daughter is talented. I mean, she got her talent from Rebecca, but whatever. Okay. And that he wants to focus on the music. I'm like, so you can't have a job and focus on your music at the same time? Y'all work on my nerves. Okay. Y'all really, really do. So Kate and Rebecca are at the retreat and they're walking and they see this couple with their blind kid just having a wonderful time. And Rebecca is rubbing her shoulder, trying to make sure she's okay, just being as supportive as she can. And Rebecca's like super enthusiastic about spending time with her and the baby. So it gives her something else to focus on. Rebecca, I think, is like really lucid right now. So she is doing her best to be on it. Y'all know she got her notebook and everything as they're going throughout the retreat. It was very fascinating, by the way, like just learning about the way you have to change certain things for your baby when they can't see so that they can develop and still kind of be out here on their own, because it's doable. You know what I mean? You just have to have the tools. And I just thought it was very, very fascinating to see that retreat. It made me feel like if I was in a situation like that, that would probably be like a lifesaver. Even though it was this great experience, Kate was kind of in a daze the entire time. Like, she's definitely worrying about her marriage and her relationship with Toby. Like, did I marry the right person? Did I have a baby with the right person? Like, our kid is blind. Okay, like, it's not the best situation, but are you not going to be a supportive parent because our kid is blind? Like, I can't. Like, that's just disappointing. You know what I'm saying? That's so disappointing when people bail because the kids don't come out as perfect little replicas of themselves, So y'all, teenage Kate asked her mom about the keys to the cabin because when they were at lunch, Mark and Kate were talking about going up to the cabin so that they can make some music together. And Rebecca didn't say anything at the time, but when Kate asked for the keys later, she's like, I'm not really comfortable with that, Bug. Like, I'm not comfortable with y'all going to the cabin alone. And Kate gets upset and, says, well, what if it was Randall or Kevin? They can be in here with their girlfriends all the time. Is it because I'm a girl? It's like, it's not because you're a girl. It's because your boyfriend is abusive. But yeah, I can just about guess that Randall and Kevin wouldn't be in this situation. So yeah, it might be because you're a girl. What difference does it make? Okay. Rebecca says that, look, she doesn't know Mark, and Kate says that he's the first guy that's ever been interested in her, and she doesn't need Rebecca to like him. Okay. And instead of going to the cabin the next day, they're going to go today and skip out on Rebecca's birthday dinner. But you know what? She'll be just fine because Miguel will be there to pick up the pieces. And I guess Miguel was around helping out. This was before their relationship started because they had stopped talking for a while. Like, this was in the 90s, and they didn't reconnect until the early 2000s. So at this time, Rebecca is like, wow, Kate, that was like really harsh and unfair. But Kate doesn't care because Kate doesn't really care about hurting her mom's feelings because she's always so jealous of her mom. The whole time they were having this conversation, she keeps telling Rebecca how she has no idea what this feels like because Rebecca has never been the ugly duckling or the fat girl. So she can't possibly understand what it feels like to be Kate. And I get that and everything, but that doesn't mean you're making the right decisions just because your mom doesn't know what it feels like to be the ugly duckling. Like, it doesn't mean that that's all you deserve is to have a man like Mark abusing you. So y'all, adult Kate gets on the phone after her long day, at the retreat, but she gets on the phone with Lassie instead of Toby. And she tells him about all the fascinating things that were going on during the retreat. And when she gets off the phone, Rebecca assumed it was Toby and asked, if everything's okay with him. And she was like, everything's fine. She kind of just skipped over it. But Rebecca wants to talk to her about, losing her memory and maybe the onset early dementia, Alzheimer's that she might be going through. But she's trying to pace herself, really. But during their little conversation, Kate let it out that wasn't Toby, that was Lassie, and that things are really difficult with Toby right now, and that he didn't come not because he was busy, but because he's having a hard time dealing with the fact that their baby's blind. And Rebecca tells her, yeah, he's having a hard time. That's noticeable. Kate says her weight is the real issue. Like, she was so worried about what bathing suit to put on to go to the pool that she didn't even take the baby to go down to the pool. And that was something that she really wanted to do with him. She kind of waits for Toby to do those types of things. And Rebecca is like, you know what? Let's go to the pool. Forget that, okay? You're fat. I'm ancient. Let's go to the pool, okay? I'll be wrinkled all down in between my legs, and you'll be, falling out of your bathing suit. Let's go to the pool, okay? The pool closed, but we still going, okay? So they go to the pool. They talk about Kate loving everything about flies when she was a kid. Anything that would fly, she loved it. But her favorite was lightning bulbs. And Rebecca tells her that she's stronger than people give her credit for. She needs to tell Toby to step it up, and if he's not capable, then she's capable, and she needs to remember that. But she doesn't have, everything on her shoulders. Rebecca is there to help her as well. So she finally tells Kate about the mild cognitive impairment, which can lead to dementia or Alzheimer's. And Rebecca says that she's not sweating the small stuff anymore. That's why she's been in such good spirits. She's not being sad. She's not being depressed. She just wants to enjoy her life while she still can. And then Kate tells her that she made her strong because she's so strong. And then they go sing karaoke together. And I was just like, it was emotional for me because y'all know Kate and Rebecca's relationship has been very tumultuous throughout the years. But it was beautiful. And I think throughout the episode, I think one of the main things that I noticed was that when baby Kate was telling her fairy tale, we think it's about to be about a prince at first, but it wasn't about a prince. Her happy ending was her running into her mother's arms and feeling the love of her mother. And it was so beautiful because Kate always seems to push away from Rebecca in her love. And Rebecca can kind of be overbearing, but I think she's always trying to give more because she feels as if Kate isn't receiving it enough or she isn't getting it. So she's just like always trying to make her see it. So I just thought it was very beautiful that Rebecca was Kate's happy ending in her story because of how hard their relationship has been over the years and how crazy it is because they have so much in common. But Kate, lets the weight thing and the jealousy thing cloud how she views her mom and doesn't see that all her mom is ever trying to do is to help and love and just make sure that she's okay. That's all Rebecca ever is really trying to do, with Kate. So they had a really, really nice time and a beautiful moment together, and I was here for it. It was long overdue, y'all. So then Kate and Mark, they're riding to the cabin and they talk about the record store. And can y'all believe that Mark wants Kate to quit her job at the record store because he quit his as some type of sign of solidarity? And she like, look, bro, my family is not in a position where I can just quit a job like that. Okay. She's responsible, unlike him. So he gets mad and starts driving fast and swerving all, on the road and everything. And when he finally stops the car, she's like, come on, let's, get some air. She gets out the car. He throws her purse at her and speeds off. I said, bitch, And y'all, it was like a cold, dark road in the early 90s. So no cell phones. And she had to walk to a gas station in the cold to get to a phone so that she can call her mom. When Kate calls Rebecca, she apologizes to her because obviously Rebecca was right when she said she wasn't comfortable with that. But here comes Mark pulling up to the gas station and getting out of the car with a blanket saying he's sorry. So instead of telling her mom that she needed her to come and get her, she just acts like everything is okay and hangs up the phone and gets in the car with Mark. But it's too late. Rebecca already knows that something is going on. So when Kevin comes inside, she like, Kevin, something is going on with your sister. We got to go down to the cabin and see what's going on. So then Kevin calls Randall and we're going to see about Kate and whatever the hell didn't happen with Mark at the cabin. Because we see he going to lock her out in the cold again. And see, that's, to me, when you don't have care or thought for my overall safety, anything could have happened to her out there on that road. Okay, they got deer and all kind of shit that could have been running around. It's freezing cold outside. Anybody could have been swerving on the side of the road. Anything could have happened to her. You put her in harm's way because she don't want to quit her job. And you know he had to be riding close behind her to pull up as soon as she got to the payphone. As soon as she ready to call her mama, now you pulling up. And then she just gonna get in the car with him. Yeah, I can't even sing it because I swear to God. Oh my God. Oh my God. We'd have been fighting. We'd have been two fighting motherfuckers, I'm telling you. So y'all, adult Kate agrees to talk to Toby. So she asks, will he be the father and man that she needs him to be once she done got back home and they face to face, you know? And he says that he wants to. Y'all, I swear to God, don't nothing aggravate me more than hearing somebody tell me that they can't do something that they know they need to do and that I can do, so they ask me to be able to do it too. Don't nobody want to hear what you gonna try to do. Because see, when you tell me that you're gonna try, that sounds like I'm not gonna do it. That's what that sounds like to me. That sounds like, oh, this is so hard. Even though you can do it, I can't muster up the strength to do it. Like that shit right there, that would have pissed me all the way off with Toby if he would have said that shit to me. I say, well, you know what? Why don't you pack your shit and get the hell up out of this house until you figure out what the fuck you can do. I'm sorry to curse like this. I know it's a This Is Us review, but y'all, that personally is a pet peeve of mine. I'm sorry. Excuse me. So this is when Kevin and Randall call on three-way, and it's the sad three. And she gets off the phone and tells him that she gonna take the baby down to the cabin because she need a break from his ass. And he says, wait, let me take the baby. Let me keep the baby while you're gone. I need to spend time with my son. I'm like, okay, fine. All right. That helps. Okay. And at first she didn't know, but I was like, girl, you better leave that damn baby with him. Okay. He know where you at. But yeah, y'all, that was This Is Us. The episode was really, really good. I can't wait till next week to see what else is going to happen. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I love y'all. Share with your people who love This Is Us. And I will see y'all next.